Good afternoon, church. I wanted to record a series of videos over the next few days because if you didn't already realize it, we should be at our annual Commission Church Festival, Connect 20. It had to be cancelled, obviously, because of the coronavirus pandemic. But this would have been a wonderful occasion for meeting together, camping at the Bath and West Showground and receiving great teaching in the Word, having wonderful times of worship, wonderful times of getting to know one another more and praying for one another, and times just spent with the family of God across the churches in this country that connect to Commission. And so I know many of us will be mourning not being able to get along. So you have got the very poor substitute of my company for 3 or 4 minutes instead. And I want to talk over the next few days particularly about the role of Commission. You'll know that we've got a Commission celebration happening on Sunday night online. I think it's YouTube, 7 till 8 p.m. Details will go out Sunday morning as well as part of our service. And I'm not sure exactly what they're going to be sharing in that. I know it'll be a great evening, and I know it'll be wonderful for us all to come along. But I just wanted to share for those perhaps new to us or who haven't been to a West Point a bit about who Commission are and what they do for us. And today I first want to talk about Guy Miller. Guy and Heather are the couple that look after Commission. Guy is the what's a term known as the apostolic leader within Commission. That doesn't put him on a par with the Apostle Paul, but what it means is he was recognized by Terry Virgo, who led the New Frontiers family of churches, as a man who had a particular gifting for growing leaders, discipling people, caring for churches, but most of all, growing and building churches and planting more churches to further the mission of God here on the earth. So Terry noticed him as one of the men who would take on what's called a sphere of those New Frontiers churches and lead it in his own direction. So therefore we have a loose relationship with the other apostolic leaders who are also would say they are part of New Frontiers, or they were New Frontiers. We still are in relationship with those, and Guy will have global meetings with his fellow friends and co-leaders of spheres. But we're just tremendously blessed to have Guy's ministry for us. What does he do? He provides the vision for our family of churches. And back in 2015, he launched an audacious vision to see thousands of lives transformed through hundreds of churches in tens of nations. Now, at the time, we were nowhere near then, yet at the end of 2020, I think we're smashing some of those targets in terms of the countries in which Commission churches operate in or have now connections with, in terms of the hundreds of churches that have been planted, particularly in India. We've seen this explosion of churches in India, but also in terms of the thousands of lives, the number of baptisms that have occurred within Commission churches over the last 5 years has just been phenomenal. So Guy sits as the sort of head of this sphere to catalyze vision and mission within the churches. Without Commission, we couldn't have planted Christchurch Fareham. Commission provided the grant. They provided the leader, Duncan, to us through a West Point seminar on church planting opportunities, and where Fareham was mentioned. So Commission through Guy have a great input into our church. Another thing that Guy has really provided for us particularly has been prophetic words to encourage us on our journey. Guy, when he comes to preach with us on a Sunday morning, sometimes has specific prophetic words. And the two that I'm thinking particularly of were Tim Blaber's lead elder appointment back in 2012, when he had an image of a dartboard overlaid on the region, with Portsmouth being central in that region. And he was encouraging us, don't just go for the centre, but go for the doubles and the triples. Go to the outskirts. The vision for this church is much more than just a city centre vision, but it's a vision for the region. It's people coming in and growing and being fed and being encouraged in the Word and being encouraged in God through Christ Central Portsmouth. And then recently in October last year, as the news was being shared of my transition into leading this church, he had another picture about fish stalls, market stalls of fish, and 5 different market stalls or 6 different market stalls. And he saw that each different type of fish was being sold. And he was saying to us as a church, we're going into a fishing season. We're going into a season where we're going to be fishing for men, and there are going to be different expressions of that. Just as there are different fish to be caught, there's different people and different methods in which to catch fish. If you think that's a strange term, it's a term we're borrowing from Jesus. That's what Jesus said. He called us to be fishers of men. And so that's a great encouragement to me as we move forward onto the vision that Guy has for us is an expansive vision for the church. And so he lifts our eyes to what God must have for us, which is an expansive vision for what we are called to do here, not just in the city of Portsmouth, but in the regions beyond. So Guy is a wonderful encouragement to us, as he is to all the other churches within the network. And we are so grateful to him to be able to follow after him, to be able to get his wisdom, his teaching, and his prophetic insights. And so that was my first introduction to who Commission are, particularly if you're a student new to the city and want to know what Christ Central is all about, where we're connected to a larger family of churches. Wonderful, great. Well, I'm sorry we're not getting to have tea and coffee and a cold marquee in the middle of Somerset tonight, but I'll see you again tomorrow for another quick talk on the role of Commission within Christ Central Church. Take care.